When you first meet Leigh Kesser and take in her whopping 4 feet 10 inches of height, your first thought is probably, wow, this girl is tiny. If you're like me, your second thought is probably, wow, her legs are really muscular. But in all seriousness, the word that comes to mind when I think of Leigh is strong. Yes, she's physically strong. She did gymnastics until freshman year, at which point she thought, and I'm quoting her here, why not play with swords? So she picked up fencing and now has won a gold medal for foil in the Junior Olympics qualifiers. However, she's strong in other ways. During our tumultuous 5-year career in learning the Chinese language, she was always quiet and respectful during class, even when the rest of us were being really awful. Believe me, that took strength. So prepare yourselves for the wise words of this short, muscular, China-loving, stuffed cow-collecting, strong, sword-fighting girl who I know and love, the amazing Leigh Kesser.
As my family and I sit down at a restaurant table, I glance around the room. Sadly, but not to my surprise, I see that the majority of the customers' attention are glued to their phones and not to the people in front of them. This observation has become quite common as I have witnessed the effects of a technology-dominated society. This is not to say that technology is evil or anything. It is just changing the way that people interact with others in ways that can be both positive and negative. However, because I am an old soul, I have tried to resist this technological wave and have never had any social media, video games, or any other thing that I deemed too technological. This self-imposed isolation has been both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, I've gotten to know different people when I would have otherwise been on my phone looking at Instagram or Snapchat to fill the awkward silence. On the other hand, I have sometimes felt alone because I am not always up to date on the latest news or antics of the people in my grade. So, how to rectify this? Should I just get lots of social media in order to try to fill the voids of awkward silences that can occur, or should I just keep my self-imposed isolation? Maybe there is another solution. Instead of just turning to social media or just sitting in quiet, perhaps we can start trying to have more meaningful conversations. I think there is something to be said about the power of a good conversation that cannot be replicated by email or text message. Most people know that verbal communication is normally the best form of communication, but people have forgotten that real conversation is available in lieu of social media outlets. I propose that we start changing that. I know this is easier said than done, but do not underestimate how a genuine conversation can change your perspective or enhance your life. Every summer, my family and I go to Monhegan Island, which is about 10 to 12 miles off the coast of Maine. My family and I have been going to Monhegan for 9 years, and I love it. I love it because it is rustic. There are no resorts, golf courses, or television. Transportation mainly consists of walking. Cell reception is spotty. I know to some people, this island sounds like a nightmare. However, this island has allowed me to really connect with people from around the world and just be present because I do not have distractions such as the latest gossip. I just have my conversations with strangers and my friendships with people that I've come to know over the years. This is something I truly value. Even though you do not have to go to a remote island that is rustic to have a good conversation, I think it helps demonstrate how not using technology all the time does not have to negatively impact your life. In fact, I truly do believe that your life becomes a bit fuller because you are more in touch with family and friends instead of with social media. So, I challenge everyone in this room to try to put down her phone more and try to have more meaningful conversations. I know that my life has been happier because of them. Thank you.